to leave. Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful morning here at Homestead Dreaming, and today I wanted to talk to you about 5 of my favorite things that I'm currently using here at my urban homestead. I thought that it would be a fun idea to do a monthly top 5 here at Homestead Dreaming, and that way you guys can kind of stay in touch with what I'm currently really enjoying using, and maybe you guys will find something that you'll love as well.
Out with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free.
All right, so 3 of the 5 things that I'm going to talk to you about today are actually on sale for Memorial Day weekend. So the sale starts today, which is Friday, and it ends on Monday, and it's through Epic Gardening. So full disclosure, I am an Epic Gardening affiliate. So that means that if you decide to use my code, I do get a commission, but you don't pay anything extra. So the sale this weekend is 15% off the entire site. Anything you want from epicgardening.com on their shopping site is 15% off. And then if you use my code, Dreaming5, you get an extra 5% on top. It stacks for a total of 20% off all weekend long. Now, the only thing is that you have to spend $200, but shipping is free, and everything on the website is included, and that includes Birdie's garden beds, the 6 cells, the 4 cells, the garden straw, the composting things, and they've recently started carrying Greenstalks. So you also get 20% off of all of the Greenstalks that they have. So I know y'all have heard me talk about the Greenstalk a lot. We put this one together and the terracotta one together earlier this season. They have been part of my garden for 2 years now. This is the 2nd year. The first one I got for Black Friday 2 years ago when I set it up in the spring of 2021. It was the terracotta one, and it did really well. I really enjoyed experimenting with it, and I really enjoyed how much extra growing space it gave me for such a tiny space. I've successfully grown bush beans in these. I've successfully done all sorts of greens. I've got Swiss chard here. I've got calendula growing and spilling out here on the side. We've done marigolds. We've done pansies. I've done root vegetables even. Some radishes did really well in the deeper pockets, and I really enjoyed doing salad greens in the cooler weather. Most of that went to me and the rabbits, which was great. We all know how expensive salad greens are in the store right now, and this is a wonderful way to do a cut and come again salad bar. It's a great way to do little dwarf varieties. You could do dwarf peas, dwarf bush beans. You could do even the Tom Hat tomatoes that only get about 6 to 9 inches tall would do great in these types of containers. And so if you're limited to only having a patio or a small balcony, this is a great option. Even if you do have a little bit more space, it's still a great option. You can grow your salad right by your back door. And Epic Gardening has just started carrying these in their shop, so the discount counts for this as well. So the next one on my list is this garden sprayer, and I got this from Amazon, but you can get these from Tractor Supply, Atwoods, Walmart even, Lowe's, those types of places. They have these little garden sprayers, and they're meant for pesticides, and sometimes I do use that for that. I have one specifically for neem oil. This one's a new one that I bought specifically for fertilizer so that I could spray liquid fertilizer on leaves and in ground a little bit more easily. But and I actually just used water as a demonstration for you guys, but I really like this because it's pump action. You put a bunch in here, you can measure how much you need. This one's a gallon sized jug, so 4 liters. It holds 4 liters, and I like to use it a lot because it's pump action. So to get it to pressurize, you pump it and it's already pretty pressurized. So then you lock the handle in place and pull this trigger, and it sprays continuously, so you don't have to sit here with a spray bottle going the whole time. So this is definitely a convenient lifesaver. Not really a lifesaver, but it's a game changer. And for only $10, it's definitely a convenience that I prefer to have. So you pull the trigger and it sprays continuously until it loses pressurization, and then you just pressurize it a little bit more and you can continue spraying. And honestly, I'd rather pump this little guy to pressurize it and then continuously pull a trigger on a smaller bottle. So I will link this in the description below. It does not count in the sale, but it's still a really handy product, and it's one of the favorite things that I've been using this month on my homestead. These guys are small but mighty, the Epic 6 and 4 cells. They're by far higher quality than any other product that I've seen on the market so far. So, and by that I mean that it is made from a much thicker and heavier plastic, but it doesn't feel like it when you're holding it. They're lightweight, just like the other ones, but they're sturdy enough that I can stand on these, and I'll show you the Epic 4 cell. I cannot believe this is holding my weight. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Jump, 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 jump. Nothing. It completely held me up. Now, let's try it with the 6 cell, the smaller one. We'll see if it'll hold my weight. Get my balance. Oh my goodness. It's doing it. It's holding me up. No damage whatsoever. Isn't that awesome? And you know what? Just for science sake, we're gonna use some of my old ones. See if they hold me up. I can tell you right now, it's not going to. But just to show the difference. Some stuff off Amazon. Womp womp. This is definitely the winner. So these are the newest ones. They're the 4 cells. They're a little bit bigger. They are currently, these have my melons, these have cucumbers, these have squash in them. These are the butterbush squash. These are Tokyo green cucumbers, and these are Montreal market melons and the Noir de Carme melon. Here in the front, we've got the Epic 6 cells. These are the limited edition terracotta colored one. I was able to scoop these up. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any of the pink ones, but the terracotta ones definitely are stunning. And I'm really glad that I started these a few days ago, because now I can show you part of the reasons why I really, really love these. The original ones are black, like this. But these ones are fun too. These all have nasturtiums in them, and part of the reason why I really like these over traditional seed starting cells is the way that they're designed on the bottom. As you can see here, there's pretty significant slits on each of the sides, and big circles on the bottom. And why I like that in particular is because it allows for much more efficient bottom watering, and the majority of plants prefer to be bottom watered. So that is a huge plus. Rather than having those tiny little bitty watering slits on the bottom, we've got huge access points so that more water to soil contact is happening with these guys. Another reason why I really enjoy these guys in particular is because they are less likely to get root bound. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but I've got a little nasturtium seedling popping up right here. Their roots are already so deep that they're coming out of the bottom, and if they were in a traditional cell, they would just be circling and circling and circling, and this way they get more oxygen and more water access, and they don't feel constricted inside of the cells. Another big advantage of having the large holes on the bottom is that when you're ready to pop these out, rather than squishing the sides, you gently push up on the bottom and the entire cell just pops right out without doing any damage to the roots, and I love that. Alright, so number 4 and number 5, we're right here in double whammy for number 4 and number 5. Number 4 is my Oyas. These are from GrowOya, and what an Oya is a passive irrigation system. It's a clay pot that's unglazed, and you bury it into your garden bed, and you fill the top with water all the way to the top, and because it's unglazed, it absorbs the water and slowly releases it into the dry soil around it as it needs it. When we lived in northeast Oklahoma and we were dealing with a whole lot of drought problems, it was routinely over 100 degrees, very windy in the summer, and very dry, low humidity point, and not a lot of rainfall. So these were an absolute lifesaver. Filled them up in the morning, and throughout the afternoon, as it get really hot and dry, my plants had access to water without me having to go out and water it in the middle of the day. Definitely a lifesaver for a drier area. Now that we're in central Arkansas and it's a lot more moist, what I've realized is that when we get torrential downpours of 2 to 3 inches at a time, there's too much water in the garden bed. And what it does is it absorbs that water and stores it in its reservoir until the soil dries out a little bit, and then it releases it when it needs it. So it's a great option for both dry and wetter climates to be able to properly keep your bed at the moisture level that it's comfortable at. Now, number 5. So I've been using this Birdie's bed for almost a year, and I've been really pleased with how this has turned out. I think they held up really well throughout the winter. I put this one together by myself, and it was relatively easy to do so. I didn't need any help, and it was a quick process. I'm really enjoying how tall they are. They're a little bit easier on my back. I don't have to bend over quite as far to reach. I think they're really pretty to look at first and foremost, which I think is relatively important. You want to be able to enjoy the aesthetics of your garden. I really enjoy this slate color that I chose, but it also comes in a mist green and a stone color, so you have multiple options on colors depending on what you personally find aesthetically pleasing. I have the 6-in-1 bed, and I really like this one because it can be configured into multiple different shapes based on what I need for my space. So I chose I put this together when we were still in Oklahoma, and I chose to keep it in this particular shape. I chose to do the most narrow and long shape because I had this up against my house as kind of like an herb bed. I actually put basically the same things I did in it before, just because I knew that basil did really, really well before, and I wanted a space for my basil. Oh, this smells so good. I can't stop sniffing it. But I really enjoy the versatility of this garden bed. I enjoy how beautiful it is. I enjoy how tall it is, and I enjoy these beds so much that I just put it in an order for multiple birds. So the Birdie's beds are definitely something that if you are looking for a metal raised bed solution, something that you don't have to put a whole lot of effort in but still have a maximum amount of aesthetics and functionality, I think that the Birdie's beds are a great choice for you. Alright guys, well thank you so much for hanging out with me today as I told you my top 5 favorite things for the month of May here at Homestead Dreaming. Don't forget to check out that huge Memorial Day sale on Epic Gardening's website. Everything is linked in the description below, and don't forget to use my code DREAMING5 to stack an additional 5% on top of the already 15% discount for this weekend. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.